Long ago in a faraway and forgotten land known as Odyssia, there were people. People who loved, people who died, people who built, people who destroyed. In this land, a country arose. A country known as Jubia. I just so happen to be the leader of this country. I'm going to give you a little tour while we go through it. Here's a sheep farm made by a member known as Gamertag, and his house next to it with a small bit of trees behind it. There's the sign of Jubia, also known as the Constitutional Republic of Jubia. Here is an Aether portal, because why not? And over here, as you can see, these are the doors to exit the country, because you have to use a normal door. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. We don't really need to explain it, you know? They're for exiting. Here lived someone who betrayed the country and never joined the server again. It's probably for the best. Here is a fountain that serves as an infinite water source and a compass, as you can see by the signs pointing to different directions. Here is another portal, where we go to the nether. And here is our villager breeder, where we have the celebrity, where is she? Bonnie Blue. Here is the town hall, well, it's just my house. There's my cat Theodosia, and there's nothing much to show in here. Here's the house of Lilcbrawl, who was a good member of Jubia, but he wasn't able to get on the server much due to the limit of the server being 5. Why exactly, I don't know, but he will still be remembered. I remember a rebel telling me that a creeper somehow got up here and exploded it. Genuinely how, bro? Also, this used to be regular wood, but we would replace each other's houses out of different blocks, so that's why his house and Rebel's house are both made of random blocks. Here's a mob farm that Rebel made. You may have noticed this structure in the background. This was a tower owned by a player named Just Yo Adam, who played solo, but in an unfortunate event while he was mining, his game had glitched out, went black, and he had mysteriously died without a trace. Well, the story of those people are besides the point. The main point is, Jubia and the other country that I forgot the name of have been at war forever, and this server is going to end soon, so I must negotiate a peace and end the separation of us to beat the Ender Dragon before this ends, because one of the members of this other country is going to make a realm, and everyone will join that realm and leave this server, so we have to beat the game before then. You may be wondering who this guy in the distance is. Don't worry, I'll let you know. This is Nichif 1 of Lake House View, the other country in Odyssia. Now, I didn't mind them having diamond armor for the end fight or the nether, but when I saw the leader of this country, I knew it was going to take a bit to gear them up. The reason being, the leader of this country has only pants and boots. You know you're cooked when the leader of your country has less armor than you do. Genuinely, not even any other kind of armor above the legs. Not even iron or anything, just pants and boots. Genuinely. Now, you may be wondering, how did I get the supplies to suit them up? Well, I just stole it from Rebel. To be fair, I did force Cuboid to spam call him to get on the server since this was our last time, and he said he didn't want to, so I didn't expect him to get on, and this was the end of the server, so I guess it kinda justifies it, not really, but you know, whatever. I decided to fight some Endermen after giving them their stuff because we're gonna need a lot of Ender Pearls to beat the game. So you can watch us do that for a bit. After our fight, we had gathered only 2 Ender Pearls, so I checked their chests for some Ender Pearls. After discovering that they are broke, I decided to go back to my house to check if I had any. After looking through my house and realizing I had absolutely none, I decided to check Rebel's house. After discovering he had one, I was happy because we had a fourth of the total amount of Ender Pearls that we needed to beat the game. Now all that was left to do was go to the Nether, and our Nether portals are connected because they're so close to each other. So all I had to do was meet him in the Nether. Now, I'm gonna need you to take note of something. Notice how these 2 people I have with me keep fighting. This is one of the most annoying parts of making this video because these guys would not stop fighting. It was so annoying, dude. Genuinely. And they pushed me in lava because they're so stupid. After tunneling for, I kid you not, 16 whole minutes with these idiots fighting the entire time, we finally found a fortress. You may be wondering why my health is going back up so fast. It's because we're playing on peaceful mode, because not only am I not that good at the game, but these guys suck so bad at the game. They're genuinely 100 times worse than me. So we had to keep it on peaceful. And there, we had finally made it into the fortress. Now that we're in the fortress, I have to turn it off of peaceful so we can actually get blaze rods. Speaking of which, now there's something you might notice right here. And there it is. Cuboid died via fire in the fortress. It tells if you're killed by a blaze, or at least I think so. So this guy somehow died to fire in the fortress. But we still had to continue on without him. After taking us literally forever, we had finally found another room with blazes in it. very few blaze spawners in this fortress, we had noticed that if we walk away from it and then go closer to it again, then it'll respawn the blazes. So, abusing this method, we decided to keep on doing it. I didn't notice this at the time, but in this area of the fortress there was an upstairs, and that will be important in a little bit. Since I already had a good amount of blaze rods, I decided to let Nichif get that other blaze, and I would go upstairs to check what's up there. Now, up here were wither skeletons, which I hate because they're super annoying to kill, and they give you the wither effect, which is just really annoying. Plus, there were other skeletons up there, so I was taking a lot of damage. I don't really know when Nichif got all the other blaze rods, but I know he did. So now that we had gotten enough blaze rods, we can turn it back on peaceful and get out of this fortress. Now, while in the fortress, I had realized something. We had built so many bridges that connected to many tunnels and islands, traveling across lands in the nether, up and down and about, which meant it would be extremely hard to escape back to Odyssea. So, me and Nichif had constructed a plan. We could trade with piglins to gain obsidian and make a new portal, which we did for about 30 minutes. Right here, I turned it off of peaceful to fight some piglins with Nichif because I was bored and I wanted to see him running away because it's funny. Now, I didn't mention this at the time, but there was a cut after we got out of the fortress because Nichif had died while I was wandering around and he was supposed to be trading and finding gold. So, I had to invite someone else to help me back in the nether because he was carrying most of our ender pearls and half of our blaze rods that we needed to beat the game. This player I invited was Elder Ape. Now, due to the troubles that we had going to the fortress earlier with Nichif and Cuboid, I had Elder Ape go on Chunk Base to find another fortress because I was not about to look for one again. And we finally made it to the fortress again. Only thing is, this was a different fortress. A lot bigger one. I normally don't get that stressed over Minecraft because it's one of my favorite games and it's very chill. But what happened here had my heart racing, bro. If I had died there, this video probably wouldn't have even come out. Okay, we're back at this part. I'm not gonna do the encounter again because you guys already know how much I need. I only need 6 more and I have the other 6 back at my home. Here, I decided to set it to normal so that more blazes would spawn, because they were not spawning no matter what. Now we had enough blaze rods that we need. All we needed to do was go to a blue forest, because that's where endermen spawn the most in the nether, and get the rest of the ender pearls that we need. Well, here we go again. With ender pearls in my chest and Elder having the rest of them, we were set. It was at this moment that I noticed something. I had no ender pearls in any of my chests despite me remembering putting some. So, my first thought was to start freaking out and rechecking my chests. And I accused Cuboid and Nichif. Mainly Nichif. But all I said was, "Did you take it? I think you did." Something along the lines of that. I can't exactly remember. But he was in Jubia earlier, so it only made sense for me to accuse him. Little did I know, this would make a huge mistake. Right here I noticed Cuboid in Jubia, but this was most likely because our nether portals are connected and he was trying to get into the nether. Right here, I wanted to assure myself, so I went over to confront Nichif. You may say I have no proof Nichif was in Jubia, but he killed all of our sheep and put water here. Or at least I think he did the water. Around here, I noticed something odd. Nichif and Rubble both in Cuboid's house, blocking off the entrance with various blocks. Upon going inside, I realized they were completely ruining his house. But in the moment, I was still looking for ender pearls because I didn't trust Cuboid or Nichif. You may be wondering why I wasn't doing anything here since you can't hear our call, but I was genuinely just in shock. Plus, they were building something that would get me in trouble if I showed it on YouTube. So, that's why the censor's there. After seeing Cuboid, I didn't exactly have the heart to tell him, so I just led him to his house to see what they had done. And right here is where it happened. Nichif began burning down Cuboid's house, all because I accused him of stealing 2 or 3 ender pearls. Seeing that Cuboid is one of my best friends, I could absolutely not let this slide, so I decided to chase Nichif down. And just like that, the man who had done so much damage to a giant part of the server was gone, and he never joined the server again. Despite a good percentage of the server's sorrow, we decided to gear up for the end fight because we were ready. We had exactly the amount of ender pearls and blaze rods that we needed. We all were decently geared up. So I made the Eyes of Ender and headed off. Rebel had been to a village that had a stronghold because he was getting books for enchantment. So he decided to lead us to it. And there we had it. We made it to the stronghold. Rebel did not remember the room with the portal, so we had to go looking for it. And there it was. Now that we were here, I decided to place a bed so we could set our spawn point just in case we die. Since we were all doing this as a team, I wanted to wait for Gamertag and Cuboid to get here before we lit the portal. Unfortunately for me, they took an extremely long time. Now they got here and I placed water for them to get down. I forgot to mention this, but Rebel's phone died right when we were about to go in, so he had to talk in chat and wait for his phone to turn on. I also decided to place the Eyes of Ender. Now, I don't know if you caught that there, but I accidentally used an Eye of Ender even though we were in the stronghold, so we were gonna have to get somebody to go get another one. I asked Rebel, and he cussed me out, and also said that I should die. Now you might notice something. Cuboid is armor and weaponless, and he's begging for iron armor. Well, it doesn't matter because Elderape had come back with the Eye of Ender that we needed to beat the game. And Cuboid was going to flower PvP, I guess. And Rebel is making dad jokes. Well, now that we were all set, we decided to post for a cool picture that these guys took forever to post for. Especially Gamertag. I stopped paying attention for 2 seconds and this guy turns into Huggy Wuggy, bro. And if this couldn't get stupider, Cuboid goes into the end and gets murdered by the Ender Dragon within 2 seconds. At least we got our cool picture though. Well, I think we all know it was about time to do what we were avoiding. And that was going into the end and beating the game. Since I was in possession of a power something bow, I decided to tackle the end crystals. Except I forgot the dragon could knock you off of your builds. I want you to notice something around here. The dragon's health is going down extremely fast, despite us only destroying about 2 or 3 of the end crystals. So, because of this, we decided to just straight up kill the Ender Dragon right here and now. Now, if I'm being honest, I'm not that good at the game, so I don't get to the end that much. And I was pretty tired at this moment. So I don't know why I decided to try and bed the Ender Dragon despite there being tons of dragon breath and the dragon just loving to target me. So I almost died here. But I snapped some sense to myself and started running. Although Elder had died, me and my other friends decided to still take on the Ender Dragon without him. And we had done it. We beat the game on a server that I spent weeks on, and we all loved.